has taken notice from another world.
A very ominous start from the Pearl. Earl leading the applause. A great shot.
To 101 in the race to 120.
Well, that was really uncalled for. Strickland should never come out on the floor during the course of a rack.
Well, we're fast approaching 2 o'clock in the morning. And, well, most people, I guess, didn't think it would last this long, especially after Earl Strickland opened up a 17-game advantage.
That's true. Earl's a great fighter. Or Efren's a great fighter. He's getting a little luck here, too. He's getting some shots off the break. And making balls on the break.
Made 3 balls in that particular break. He couldn't even make one about 2-3 hours ago.
He's hitting the same, but the table sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. Very difficult attempt here. What a shot. What a shot.
And Earl Strickland gives a nod of appreciation to Efren.
Oh, what a great shot. If Efren can somehow pull off this rack, he will have clipped off 10 games from Earl's 17-game lead.
That's correct.
That's quite an achievement in and of itself.
I tell you, Mike, during that last break we had, 30-minute break, knowing that in this hall had given Efren a chance to get back and get this close.
Well, including myself, I was guilty of,
well, he's my countryman, and I'll have to ask for an apology to Efren. This has now turned into a 7-game affair.
look at that break. Dead center on the center of the table. He's picked up a shot on the 2. Once again, not an easy shot at all. Making the ball's not a problem, but obtaining position on the other side of the table when you have such a flat angle, this requires a master's touch because you have to shoot hard. You're going down the rail that cuts the pocket in half.
And Efren takes a little time to collect his thoughts, and
you probably even have to apply some side spin. And it was a wonderful execution.
well, the game, ladies and gentlemen, is down to a 7-game difference, 109 to 102.
Another nice shot, playing the cue ball off the impeding object ball.
Mark, I didn't hear it, but it seems like the wake-up call came.
This is pretty good.
Down to a 6-game affair, 109 to 103.
Efren's run out 3 consecutive racks now.
Reyes just won the last 8 games to cut the lead of Earl Strickland down to 6 in a very crucial segment of this match. I think it's pretty much solved the problem of the break.
It's going well. Yeah, it's going well now. I want to tell you, it's kind of interesting when you think of Efren started the night 7 games down.
Mm-hmm.
He now only trails by 6, and that's after suffering a terrible barrage that Strickland put on him through the first 2 segments tonight. It's like a masterful safety. It certainly is.
What was that Earl was saying?
Earl said that Efren didn't have much to worry about because he couldn't probably even pull the stick back now. In reference to the fact that Efren's sat him down here for quite a few games in a row.
How many breaks in one round?
Well, 3 consecutive. But he had 3 consecutive right before that. He won a game in between. Efren picks up ball in hand here. Definitely picks up the pace.
Well, Earl Strickland is asking Efren if he was glad again.
No, he's talking to the guy in the crowd.
Oh, okay.
Once again, we're reaching the point in the match where composure's become a problem now. We've been at this point 3 or 4 times throughout the last 3 days, and there's been times when I really thought that there could be a catastrophe.
What sort of a catastrophe was that?
Well, when you have a big ego and things don't go your way, you have to find an excuse. Otherwise, you'd have to absorb all the punishment yourself. So, when we start looking for excuses for problems, or sometimes when we're nervous, we create problems so that we have an excuse. Was that vague enough for you?
I'm trapped up swimming. It's late, Mark.
I'm not sure if Efren. No, he didn't get the shot he wanted. Yes, he did get the shot he wanted.
Maybe it wasn't the shot he wanted, but he took it anyway.
Yes,
Do we have a situation here, Mark, or what?
we certainly do. That's 4 breaking runouts in a row.
And the lead is down to 5 at 109 to 104.
Mr. Strickland needs 16 games before, or Mr. Reyes needs 16 games before Mr. Strickland gets 11 games. And suffice it to say, we have a match.
We certainly do.
It's funny how these things come down like this. I had said yesterday that I thought it could very well end up being pretty close at the end of this, and honestly, going into this last segment, I did not feel that way anymore. But this happens more often than you would believe.
Efren's got me wondering. He's been getting that one ball into that side pocket as uncannily as Earl was since the start of this match.
Well, I'm going to tell you, a match of this length will get you tuned up on those things, because you know, now at this point he's broke 104 times, you know, and he's going to improve as time goes by as well. He becomes more practiced and more well versed in how the table plays. And you're right, he is getting it to where it's going better.
But he feels he's got a situation here.
Well, he wants to make the most of this, and he doesn't want to have another unforced turnover or careless turnovers, because there's going to be enough times where he has to go and gamble and kicking more anyway. Played the bank shot with a safety. You notice the speed that he used, and Earl comes to the table. He's going to have an opportunity to play offense here, a very slim one. He's going to kick the 2 ball into the 9. And maybe he can go straight at the 2 ball. He can go straight at the 2 ball. I not doubt about there's a pretty good chance he can make the 9. A carom shot, but he's not even looking at that. I'm not sure what he's planning on doing.
Why am I not surprised that Earl is going about his usual business of verbalizing again?
Well, he's struggling right now, and he's trying to pick up some energy, I guess. Well, he played it safe, and it looks to be an effective safety.
Score stands at 109 for Strickland, 104 for Efren Reyes, and they race to 120.
At the end of 213 games, we stand 5 games apart.
Yeah. Up for grabs, ladies and gentlemen, it's 100,000 US. Winner take all.
We're going to see a full masse here.
Almost
Tremendous attempt.
Great job by Strickland.
This should be an easy win for Earl at this stage. Earl will need 10 more wins. Efren will need 16.
Well, Earl Strickland was nailed down to 109 games for the past 10 racks. And right now, he again puts up a 6-game lead at 110 to 104. I couldn't figure out the difference from 110 and 104.
Yeah.
Strickland at the break.
Well, he didn't get the patented one ball in the side pocket, but you can see where the cue ball ended up, which should indicate he didn't hit them squarely, as he was hitting them when the one was going inside.
You had 2 balls in, but
He really hasn't mishit the break very often. I can only think of a couple times.
called the bush. And does Efren have a shot here?
Yeah, he's got a real good chance to play safe. Efren's an expert at moving that cue ball off the 1 down here behind the 5 ball. For me, it seemed awful risky because the 1's going to hit the 3 and I wouldn't have good control. But, oh, he had a combination. I'm going to start asking you, Ed.
I tell you, Mark, those rabbits have been popping up. I guess they've been pretty busy.
Well, I'm going to tell you, for Strickland to push out to a shot that was that makeable was just a careless error. And that's the reason that I didn't even count that as a possibility. I assumed that it was off. He made a nice carom shot.
Again, Efren Reyes slices the lead down to 5 at 110-105.
Here we see the replay. He's really playing very well, and he's getting some opportunities that had eluded him throughout the first few segments.
That's true. Just when everybody had given up his cause for lost, Efren Reyes comes up with these remarkable recoveries.
Look how solid he's hitting that rack. Yeah. 5 ball ended up in just a terrible place for him, and the 2 ball is no cupcake.
Is the cue ball the problem?
Cue ball is a problem, but primarily because of the location of the 2. Yeah, great shot. Great shot. Yeah, he's going to have to come up with yet another great shot. And the 5 balls, that's bad too. Even if he makes this, get perfect on that. Well, he made it look easy. It's still tough. He's got to go down the table. He'd rather had just a little more angle where he could have popped over, but he's going to have to follow ahead some. So he's queuing up to hit pretty firm. Nice shot. Yeah, and he's a little shorter where he wanted to be. The ball will go, but the positions now become a little tougher.
How does this look to you now, Mark?
Difficult. Looks difficult. This is just straight pure pocketing power. This has nothing to do with playing the perfect shape or anything. He has to be a shot maker through these. Now he's got to that ideal position where he can come around 2 cushions and hit this long side rail and then just drop off this side rail. And forever after, he's coming in the ideal position zone.
Look out, Earl. He's coming at you.
That now exceeds the best run out of the day. Right there. That would have to be it. Especially when everybody's fatigued and tremendous run out.
Just a 4-game difference now between Earl Strickland and Efren Reyes.
There's the 9.
Wow. It is now down to a 3-game affair at 110-107. Remember that Earl Strickland, very late in this match, had established a 17-game advantage. And would it be fair to say that it's now anybody's ball game, Mike?
Oh, it's almost an even ball game. Has the 1 on the side. He's going to pick up a shot on the 2 here, too. He has a shot, but the 8 ball will create a problem for transitioning from the 2 to the 3.
The man is on, ladies and gentlemen. Efren Reyes digging himself out of a hole. Although he's been confronted with a lot of bewildering situations.
Yeah, he's faced a lot of adversity. He was on the short end of the luck earlier, and that's shifted back around now. For many of us onlookers, we were afraid it was too late. I took a gamble to win the game, and what a shot. What a great shot.
On the 5 ball, this object ball is right close to the rail. Is that going to present a problem for you?
Yeah, the 5 to the 6 is a problem for sure, because the 9 forces you to get pretty straight in on the 6, which means getting an easy shot on the 7 won't be probably readily available. He's got some work to do here. I'm not saying it's unavailable, but he may end up having to roll the 7 length of the table, which, yeah, he's pretty straight. He's pretty straight. He's got just a smidgen off the rail that he can work with, but he hates to have to force this ball. If you look, it's pretty straight in there. Each ball's only 3/8 of an inch off the rail. To hit that with power and then graze the rail going in is the only way you can create an angle, which certainly rather not have to go through that. On the other hand, the converse is he's going to have to roll the 7 ball either into the side or the long corner. And here was the problem. When you asked me if there was a problem, this was it. Great shot.
Takes care
Great
of that.
shot. Yeah, he had nice speed. He's still got another tough shot to go. In fact, there's going to be 2 more tough shots. He made the most out of it. You could see the speed he used was warp drive. Now he's got one final tough shot. He stayed down real good. His body stayed down that time real clean.
After Reyes now only trails by 2 games at 110 to 108 after falling behind by 17 late in this match. Can we call that a recovery?
He's brought me back around here. I was in a funk there for a while. Well, this is the biggest strength for any player, where there was so one-sided, where there was really It's made a ball. He's going to be rewarded with a shot on the 1 ball here for all the work he's put into some of these previous racks. And look at the 2-9 possibility.
Makes you wonder, Mark, why couldn't he do this before?
He just didn't get the opportunities. The break wasn't working anywhere near as well. I mean, the bulk of these games that he's won in a row, look at how many of them he has off the break. He's only won 2 without off the break. 3. Now the 2 and the 9 do not lay nicely for a combination shot, and that makes this task quite a bit more formidable. This is going to be a great shot. I don't think he's going to get perfect position out of it, but he's going to have a readily he can make a safety here by stopping the cue ball, banking the 2 ball out of their 2 cushions. And that's going to be a pretty effective safety. He's got the 2 ball on the rail in the other side pocket, and that's going to deprive Earl. Even if Earl hits it, it's not likely that he'll be able to make anything. You leave him out in the open or near a pocket, then the likelihood of him kicking or getting a ball in or making a safety are greatly enhanced.
Oh, what a shot by Earl Strickland.
He's got another tough one to make here. All right. Another tremendous shot. Nobody would have believed the comeback that we've had here an hour and a half ago.
I'll tell you, Mark, I've been asking everybody around during the last break, and nobody gave Eric much of a chance to come back, but he's done that. Now, Earl Strickland, however, wins the game, and have I got this correct? 111, 108?
Yep.
A 3-game lead by Earl Strickland.
Well, there's the patent to Earl Strickland, one on the side. I'm not sure if Earl can make the 2 or he'll have to play safe. Looks like he might be playing safe. And he was. And he did. flawlessly.
Oh yes, good safety shot there by Earl.
Yeah, you have to come in and he's still fighting just as hard and making the most of every single shot. We're looking at a two-rail kick shot here. A chance to make the 9 even.
Well,
Well,
steady scratches.
Effen's had a couple more than his share of those tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Strickland comes back with a real nice shot. The proper angle on this ball.
What happened there?
Well, he was shooting to a half a pocket and just a little bit of fatigue, and I thought I saw his body flinch just a hair like I described with Efren. What happens when you move your body, you're not confident, and this comes with fatigue. And confidence is a fleeting thing. You lose a little confidence, or if you just have a little errant thought go through your mind at the end, like don't hit this too thick, and sure enough, you hit it too thick.
Could it be said that he's suffering from what Efren had earlier, inactivity?
A little bit of that as well, coupled with the time, and you know, everybody misses. You know, I mean, that was by no means easy. We just get so spoiled. Everything looks like it's just supposed to go right in all the time. These guys are greatly defying the odds of even great players. Well, not ideal. Efren's going to have to make another tough shot. These take a toll on the player, but Efren's been coming through with these awful good. And you can tell the pace of the game has slowed down some. There, he gets his body still.
Would you say the slow pace might favor Efren?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was one of the keys to winning this match for Efren, was that he needed to control the pace, and for Earl, he needed to play this fast tempo.
And Reyes cuts the lead down to 2 again at 111 to 109. Remember, folks, this is a race to 120 over 3 nights here at the Ridgeway's Bar and Restaurant in Hong Kong.
Well, Efren hasn't been this close since the first opening night, I believe, when he trailed by 3 games at the end of the first series. So he definitely has to feel like he's in the thick of this match. Well, whichever player wins this ultimately will be very deserving, and really it's a shame that somebody has to lose this match for how well the boys have played.
Well, I think you hit it on the head also, Mark, when you said at the start of this tournament that nobody's going to be a loser here. Certainly not one of these 2 players.
Oh, a great shot there. Efren had to bring the cue ball around 3 cushions, and to get the cue ball where he got it, he had to load it up with left-hand spin. And it was another one of those shots that you had to aim away from the ball and hope to deflect it back to the exact right spot. And it's all judgment.
I tell you, even given the lateness of the night, the people here at Reyes are frozen in their seats.
Oh, I haven't even become energized here. I'm kind of nervous right now. Great shot. To blast that in at that angle at this late hour. It's just terrific pool. He's got them laid out. He's going to draw to within one game of tying Earl Strickland. What a match.
Oh, yes. 111 to 110, ladies and gentlemen.
Remember, shot in the side pocket. They just replayed it.
Remember, folks, that during the last break, Earl Strickland had a 17-game advantage that has been sliced down to only one by Efren Reyes at this point.
Of the last 13 games that Efren has won, 10 of them have been off the break. 10 of them without Earl even shooting. That's incredible at this juncture of the tournament. Well, he made a good break. He wasn't wildly rewarded, but he'll have first play at this rack, and that is a valuable asset. Fabulous shot. He's going to have to make yet another one.
Given Earl's personality, Mark, how would you think, what would be going in Earl's mind at this point?
I'm pretty sure he's not feeling too good. We have a quote from our interview earlier that I conducted with him, and though it was brief, he stated in there that when the matches are close, Efren generally wins them, and then he trailed off saying, "I don't care." Wow, tremendous shot. He's made 3 tremendous shots. This requires so much energy.
Here comes another one.
And now he's back to where it's just a matter of just basic focus. He doesn't have to do anything fancy. The other 3 shots required a lot of energy because they were blasting balls in the half pockets, essentially.
Do you have a record, Mark, of when we last had a tied match?
Yeah, I certainly do.
Well, we are that now, tied at 111.
Wow.
I just can't find an adjective to describe this comeback of Efren Reyes.
Well,
remarkable seems so tame.
If you look at the amount of break and runouts we have here, 11 to 14 games he's broken run out. It's absolutely incredible.
We are tied at 111 all.
Well, Efren's got a tough decision to make here. The offensive shot is not very palatable. The defensive shot is ultra difficult. I think he's going to take on a safety. He's going to try to shoot the 2 ball between the 6 and the 8, bank it down the table, and put the cue ball down below the 4. He's executed it flawlessly. Look at this shot. It takes a lot of energy to hit that, controlling both balls on the table, and Earl's forced to kick.
Look at this.
Efren's rewarded for a great safety that he played.
Well, Earl went straight up and made the stroke.
Yeah, he's sometimes when he's, what do we call that? Well, we call it, he's a little frustrated. And I think he just didn't feel like wasting a lot of energy analyzing it, just get it over with. And rightly so. There was nothing more to do there, and he knew he was going to hit it. It was just, there was no sense spending any more time over it. There was nothing he could do to make a better play at it. Efren fell a little short of the mark, and now he's going to have to muscle up, and this adds quite a bit of difficulty to the shot. The speed looks pretty good. Oh, great shot. Great shot. Staggered just a little bit, but this late hour, believe me, you got to be hitting it pretty good for them to go. Where does this guy get the energy from? That's absolutely...
Don't ask me, Mark.
He's going to take the... Unbelievable. Crowd's going to go wild here.
Alfred Reyes takes the lead at 112, 111. Raised to 120.
And this was a game that was set up by Efren's break as well. I don't know if you remember, but it was a safety off the break. And Earl had to just come up and kick at it. Do you remember that situation, how we were talking about? Earl was getting some of those earlier, even though it wasn't a break and run out. It was established because he got a ball in on the break and made the tough shot, tough safety. And then Earl kicked and hit it and left Efren a shot, and he ran out again.
Efren Reyes, after a very long time, is in the lead.
Got the momentum.
Oh,
I
yes.
think he really feels like he's in command. He's moving a lot freer around the table. Got a little spring in the step.
Well, I've got a confession to make, during that last break that we had about 2 hours ago. Some people were telling me that Efren looked like a beaten man, and I tended to believe them.
I would concur. Yeah, I would concur. He definitely did. Well, you don't get to be the great champion that he is and have any quit in you at all. And I've seen him come back from a lot of deficits before. To include tonight, when we came in here and he was trailing 7 games, I still felt like he had a real live chance to win this match.
But when he fell back by 17 at such a late point,
I was convinced then that the only thing that he could do, we talked about it earlier. The balls weren't going in on the break, and that was the only way he was going to have any chance at all to get back into this match. And after 200 games, I had no reason to believe that by 220 they would be, you know. Here he's breaking and running out again, looks like. Look at this speed control, perfect.
Reyes now with a 2-game lead at 113 to 111. 7 games away from wrapping this up. But of course we cannot count Earl Strickland out because at this point everything is up in the air, I guess.
Well, I think the host feels like he's getting his money's worth here as well. Hey, look at the grin on his face. I don't think he could be any happier with the way this is going.
Just won't go.
I can't tell what kind of a shot Earl has here. I don't know if he has a real good shot or maybe he's hooked. I don't know. He may have to push out. I know just how Earl feels that you sit there and you endure a barrage like this, and then it's your turn, you don't have a shot. You know,
but Efren's been faced with that kind of situation.
He's faced adversity.
Match long.
That's absolutely correct. Now, even though Efren may not be able to shoot directly at the 1 ball, these are the type of situations that favor his style of play, where he can kick to the rail, feather the 1 ball down to the table, and get safe. He's going to try to bring the cue ball back between the 4-6 and move the 1 ball slightly closer to the pocket.
Take a break. Take a break.
Yeah. I'm certainly glad we're getting this on tape because this is just going to be unbelievable stuff.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, he had a shot there. He's going to be all right.
Will the number 2 pose a problem here?
Nope. No, it looks like it goes there. Transitioning from the 3 to the 4, it looks like it could be a little bit tricky, depending upon what he can do with the 2 ball here. He's not happy with it because it went a little too far, but that was still a good shot from where he was at. He just didn't get the perfect lie. There's a couple of shots that lay here that none of them are easy. You could try to play the 4 ball into the rail and in the back of the 4 and into the pocket off the 5. That was the shot I was describing, and he hit it particularly well. I don't know what time he hasn't come out with much luck here. He's got another real tough situation. He's going to have to hit the fine edge of the 5 ball and turn the cue ball loose, and it makes this shot extra difficult. You don't know where the cue ball is going to end up. He's hit it like a champion, and he certainly deserves a reward for that shot.
He has certainly responded to every situation that has come up in the last few games. You know, at lunch today, Efren was telling me that a protracted battle would favor him. Some people were doubting that statement because of,
Hey, he's miscued, and do you know that's the first miscue we've had this entire event?
Efren Reyes has a 2-game lead at 113, 111. And it has happened at that point where every shot counts.
That's a great shot. That's a great shot. Looks like you're shooting a bowling ball at a thimble after you're sitting there for so long.
And Efren Reyes now with a 1-game lead, 113, 112, will be back.
Strickland set to break the balls. He made a ball and he's going to get a shot.
A couple of them, as a matter of fact.
And now the 2 and the 3 have lodged up into the pocket here where Earl's going to have some kind of work to do. He's terribly disappointed about this.
Yes, well, he should.
Wow, what a great try. What a great try.
Oh, yes. Well, these players have just been coming up with shots that boggles the imagination.
Yeah, it certainly is the case. Oh, I don't think Earl's going to like the outcome of that shot. Not at all. That's try to half pocket, slide it on the rail, bank shot. That was a all or nothing. Earl's going to get a golden opportunity. Get back in control.
Efren Reyes still has the edge at 113, 112. But whatever the outcome of this match, Mark, the big story is going to be how Efren was able to come back from 17 games down late in the match.
It's unbelievable what he's accomplished.
But he's looking good. He's feeling good.
Well, this will be the magic act of all time.
And, you know, I sort of saw a look of fatigue in Efren's countenance about an hour or two ago. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah. The weight of what's going on has got me feeling like I'm just sitting here. Hey.
I know.
Okay, the score is now 114 to 112. Reyes has set the break, and his break has been working unbelievably good. And look at this. He's going to pick up a roll. He's going to pick up a roll, and much to the crowd's delight.
Yes.
And this has been a protracted bit of bad luck for Earl.
Well, I tell you, Efren has had his share of that.
Oh, definitely.
For most of this match.
Really for most of the last 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Spectacular cut shot, and I think he's going to be rewarded with some type of a shot at the 9 ball here. I'm pretty sure that's what he was playing for.
Is he going to make a play for it?
Well, he's a little off angle. He may choose a different option. He may choose the safety. He chose the safety. When he played the ball on the side, though, he was hoping to get up a little bit back for a better shot at the 9. If it had laid a little better, I'm sure he would have shot at it. Strickland was going to attempt a jump shot. A Masse shot. And he made a great shot.
What's Efren going to try now, Mark?
Well, he's going to kick from the long rail, and he's for sure going to hit it. It's just a question of whether he gets lucky enough to make it. No, not too lucky.
Oh, Earl comes up with the marker. You tried. Earl Strickland is behind by 2 games, 114 to 112. A situation that I feel he's not used to as far as this match is concerned.
Well, you're exactly right, and believe me, that weighs in. It's unfamiliar ground. You remember how earlier in the match we were saying that When you're trailing, these shots are a lot harder.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't make it look like it's any difficult than a practice run at this juncture. On his way to cutting the lead down to only one. Earl Strickland trails 113-114 in a race to 120.
Well, what Strickland needs to do is reestablish some momentum here, and this is the best spot for him to do it, and it's in the breaking. Now the cue ball got away from him a little bit. He's made 3 balls again. The same scenario that we've seen time and again. He's real effective on that.
Well, that particular department of his game hasn't gotten away from him.
That's a great shot.
Probably seeing who the better pressure player is at this point.
This is still plenty challenging. Yeah, he's got a tough road to hoe here. Shoot to a blind pocket. He's staying down real good on the ball. So you notice that, Ed? Since he's made his comeback, his body's been completely still through those shots. Earlier, he was kind of fidgeting around just a little bit and was costing him. And what we're seeing is just pure tenacity. There's both these players are just standing toe to toe, playing top caliber pool.
I tell you, this guy just doesn't give up. Efren Reyes up again by 2 at 115-113. Reyes just needs 5 more games.
And Strickland just needs 7, and both well within either one of their possibilities of being able to knock that many games off in one visit to the table. There's the one on the side.
Bit of body English.
Yeah, he was hoping for some sort of a shot there. Now he's got a little problem here because the 5 and the 6 look like they're laying over by the rail pretty close to the pocket. And if he tries to roll out, push out, take a foul to the end of the table, that represents a pretty big lucrative looking target for the cue ball to glance off the 2 and carry him into the 6 and make the 5.
You want to run that by me again?
Okay, the 6 and the 5 look to be aligned with the pocket. So if he's going to take a foul, he nearly has to push out to somewhere where he can hit the 2 ball, and the most likely place would be to the other end of the table. Because the 6 and the 5 are there, that makes it awfully difficult because it'd be a lucrative looking target for Earl to shoot at. See, he's put a real intelligent shot here. What he's done is gone ahead and made a mess of the 5-6 so that will have to be dealt with no matter what. And even if he turns the table over, it's not likely it's going to be an easy run out for Earl. Oh, tremendous shot. Tremendous shot.
a legal shot. Does Earl have a shot here?
Well, yeah, I'm sure he does. He can at least go rail first and hit it. And that was a very difficult shot to make as an offensive shot, but he could hit it. Now, Efren does have a pretty good offensive shot. Efren's kind of weighing up the 5-6. He'll have to do something with him with the 4 ball. That would be the ball he'll choose to either move the cue ball into him or possibly play the 4 off the edge of the 5. But I don't think he's going to do that because the 5's frozen to the cushion and the likelihood of a double kiss is much larger when that 5. Otherwise, I think we would see him play it that way. He already knows what he wants to do.
Well, he certainly has to show that determination and decisiveness.
He's going to follow to the end rail and come back into the 5 and the 6. Now. Well, Efren's got a little bit of a chance here anyway. The balls are a mess. He's going to shoot softly. He's not going to dislodge the 5 for sure. He may give a ball in hand, but what will happen if he does? What will happen is if Efren does give a ball in hand, Strickland will play yet again another safety. Oh, great safety. Oh, no foul, no foul, no foul.
Well, we can always go to the videotape if that's...
Yeah.
Good job. Don't worry about it.
White will pick this round.
Don't worry about it, Bob. I don't care. I don't care. Care by myself.
We've had an interesting turn of events here. Now we're in the tactics here with this game.
Same thing. If I hit the ball and hit the route, okay.
Well, Efren's confronted with a difficult kick situation, and he's weighing going up and down the table or across the table. He's thinking of kicking over here by where he's cueing at. And there is a possibility of making the 6 that way, but it's also much harder to make the hit if he goes the long way. Or maybe you can see the edge of the 5. Looks like he's queuing up like he maybe can. He's motioning like he'd like to bank the 5 over to the 7 ball or put the cue ball on the end rail. Now this is a delicate shot because he's going to have to graze so lightly on the 5 ball. That's a spectacular execution. Just spectacular.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Great hit. Great. That was a very difficult ball to hit. And Efren's confronted with yet another very difficult situation to deal with.
Efren showing again one of those rare moments of emotion that he allows the public to see.
Yeah, this is tough. He's going to have to take on the offensive shot, I think. Oh, he played the combination. That's just a massive shot. That was a massive shot that he just played.
I'll tell you, Mark, I'm just overwhelmed by what's happening here, and you'll have to forgive me if I turn into a spectator here.
Yeah, I have on a couple occasions caught myself sitting here with my mouth agape and just enjoying the proceedings. I think it's senseless to try to edit this. I think we need to keep it all intact. The entirety.
This particular stretch has really been one big lesson.
No, he's gotten awful straight. He's got a big problem. He's got a big problem. Yeah. He's got the stroke that can get him out of this jam, but boy, he's going to have to really do something here. Incredible shot. Incredible shot.
Again, he makes it look all so simple.
And that 9 ball was by no means easy. That was a tough shot after all those other tough ones.
Alfred Reyes now with a 3-game lead at 116 to 113. Let me off a while, okay?
Yeah. We've now played 129 racks, and there's only 3 games separating these great champions. Reyes is set to break. Stop the cue ball dead center of the table. He's been rewarded handsomely. Reyes has a pretty good layout of the balls there. And after that last rack, anything's possible for this one. I think there's a fair chance he's going to go ahead and clear up the table. Now from this position, it looks like he may have to clip the 9 just slightly. He was able to avoid the 9. That certainly makes his task a lot easier. He's obtained an ideal angle on the 6 ball to transition from the 6 to the 7. He's definitely picking up momentum as we go. Perfect shot. Perfect alignment. Reyes has yet again broken around the entire table. Yet another
unbelievable here. Just when everybody had given him up for lost, Efren Reyes goes about his way and stupefies everyone.
Well, he's assembled a barrage of break and runouts, which is normally Earl Strickland's game, and this has been the run of the tournament. He needs 3 games, and Strickland now needs 7 games to defeat him. Oh, he's got that one ball going on the side. Well, he's come up just a hair short here, and he's going to have to really dig down, make a nice thin cut shot.
No problem there.
He made it look easy, but there was plenty of challenge to it. I was thinking of dealing with the 6 ball. The 6 ball won't be easy to negotiate either. The combination will be a possibility. It's just that when there's that much distance between the 2 balls, if you don't obtain a perfectly straight in line to hit that, the shot becomes infinitely more difficult. And so consequently, players primarily good ones don't play for combinations of this type. This would be a big rack. You could somehow find a way to get this 6 out of the way. Now the path that Efren's thinking of taking is he would like to land the cue ball on the side pocket side, the far side pocket side, and use spin, but it's very iffy because of what the cue ball will do if it caroms into the 7, 9, or 6. And it's at best about a 50-50 proposition that he's faced with here. And no matter how good your control, you're still subject a little bit to the whim of the table. Now it looks like he's using some left English to try to take that out of there. And it was an intelligent decision.
What does that do now?
Well, I think there's a possibility they could play the 6 all the way in the corner and billiard at the 9, try to make the 9 ball here with a carom shot. And this is going to be a big turnover for Earl.
Oh, yes. Efren Reyes with a 4-game lead at 117, 113. But Earl Strickland is presented with a golden opportunity here.
He needs to play good position on this shot. He's done so.
And Earl Strickland needs 6 games to win this match. Efren Reyes needs 3, but Earl Strickland will come up to the break.
Well, it's well within Earl's capability of running 6 racks here.
Oh, we've seen that.
Yes, time and again, he's had many flurries in this thing, and the way it's shaping up now, Ed, I would venture to say that we're going to have a 119-119.
certainly wouldn't be surprised to see that.
Earl's made the 2-ball on the side. He hasn't been very fortunate here in the last hour and a half of getting the shot. Well, I look for Efren to pass this shot back to him. This has little or no hope of being a killer safety. Such a difficult shot. And Earl's attitude is such he may not spend much time lining up, and it looks kind of like he's in the mode to just go ahead and flail and take a chance. He's kind of irritated with the fact that he hasn't been getting much for good offensive opportunities off the break. Efren hates to do that because then he subjects himself to just wide open luck, and Earl's in the mindset where he's just going to slam it in, I think. And I think that's what he's thinking. But I still think it's going to be the right play if he does it. He'd like to thin the 1-ball over and bring the cue ball behind the 7. But an awful lot can go wrong with the shot. Well, no, he wasn't playing that. He wasn't playing that. And you can see where the position of the 1-ball is, or the cue ball is, see. He made the safety that he wanted to make. But, fortunately, he inadvertently knocked in the 8. And now Efren's taking a couple deep breaths here, and I'm sure nerves has got to play a big part in this, Eddie. Both players have to be pretty damn nervous right now.
Well, considering the way I feel, I can't imagine what is going on in the players' inner systems at this juncture.
He's got a mass save for a safety here. He's hit just a spectacular shot. He hit the proper side of the 1, and even though Earl's going to have a play to come back at him, that wasn't bad. He was hooked behind the 7, so. And really, I can say that was maybe the only time in the entire match that I disagreed with Efren Reyes' shot selection. I think he should have passed the roll out back.
Why do you think that, didn't he?
Well, he didn't want to subject himself to Earl getting up there and just firing at the balls and messing them up and maybe slop something in. And because Earl is clearly, he's very irritated and impatient. He hasn't really had much of a shot for almost 2 hours now. Look at this safety. What a shot. I think you'll see what I mean. He's not going to spend much time. He's just going to go ahead and pop at it now. He's in that mode where, and you know,
called it.
Look at this, the 9-ball. And players are definitely dangerous when they're in that mode. It's like a wounded elephant, you know, type thing. Especially a guy with the firepower that Earl Strickland has. Came very near to making the 9. Well, it looks like Efren's going to try to take on the 1 and the 9 here. Or for sure the 9.
Got it.
Well, bad luck, scratch. Fouled it in. And this is a big turnover, a big turn of events here. And that was a real nice shot. Even though he had ball in hand, they get the cue ball to maneuver like that. That was he's still honed into this match. That was played the perfect trajectory for the position.
Strickland admonishes the crowd for applauding. He says, "Don't cheer for me." But well, he wins the game, and he's down by only 2 now at 115, 117. Race to 120, and you know, you just might be accurate about your prediction about 119 all.
I'd made mention of that earlier in the week. I don't think on the air, but
I'd hate to do it, but I might just give you a kiss.
Earl Strickland needs 5 games. Efren Reyes needs 3. Well, Earl's got the lucky roll here. He didn't make them all, and the 4 and the 2 are virtual cinches. And this is going to force Efren into a tactical situation that's not going to be easy to handle. He's going to almost certainly have to roll out, and he's almost going to certainly have to disturb the 2-3 alignment when he rolls out to attempt to deprive Earl of the possibility of a nice little 3-ball combination shot. Well, the 2-ball must not go that readily, or he probably wouldn't push out like this. Now, the little speeches that Earl gave between racks, I think that was a motivational thing. I think he was building up some extra energy here, trying to. I don't think he even knows the words he chose. I think he was just saying it and thinking about what he's going to do with his next opportunity at the table. Well, he made the 2-ball. That was what I was afraid of. Efren might give up. Earl's it was a real difficult ball pocketing shot. He absolutely couldn't have hit it any more purely than when he just did. Just this late hour to still have command over the accuracy of your cue like that is what makes him Earl Strickland. Earl's negotiated this run out quite freely.
Oh, yes.
Not showing any signs of nerves. Well,
You guys are looking for drama. You've come to the right place. Just a one-game lead now for Efren Reyes, 117 to 116 in a race to 120 over 3 nights of competition here at the Ridgeways Bar and Restaurant in Hong Kong. Ed Bixon here for Vintage Sports together with Mark Wilson. And we're way past 3 o'clock in the morning, but everyone is wide awake.
Oh, yeah. It's positively unbelievable, and at the end of 233 games, we can't find any kind of a decisive winner. Maybe we should extend the format.
Are you kidding? You must be kidding. But the way these two guys are playing, they could play all night.
Well, it appears that it's going to be tied up after this rack.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. He's got a pretty good angle to get back down table here. And we're going to be tied. 117, 117.
Even Strickland, folks. 117 all. In a race to 120.
You said you wanted close, Bob. I didn't know what you really meant. Well, I didn't want it to be that way.
117 all in a race to 120 between Earl Strickland of the United States and Efren Reyes of the Philippines. Strickland at the break, and cue ball flies off the table.
Well, that wasn't very fortunate for Earl. It was a bad time to lose his focus on the break. But you play this long, and you're bound to have times when that occurs. And Efren certainly scratched him the break a few times as well. When you play this volume of games, the luck has a chance to balance out pretty good.
And, well, for such a long time, Efren was waiting for that to happen, and it seems that everything is evened out here in the closing stages of this match.
Yeah, for the longest time, it seemed like he was never going to get a chance to really exert himself. He was going to have to always fight from deep down in the hole. Made a nice shot there. Just enough speed that he wouldn't scratch. And the layout of these three balls is nearly identical to what Strickland had last track. We got a problem, maybe. It's negotiable. He's going to hit slightly downward on the cue ball. We no longer have any problems.
That has been adequately addressed by Efren Reyes, who now takes another one-game lead and 2 games away from snatching the 100,000 US dollar pot from Earl Strickland. Score 118 Efren Reyes, 117 Earl Strickland.
The fans all have big grins on their face. If you look around, they're just so happy to see this match come down like this. No one expected it to end up not being a decisive victory for one player or the other. Yep. Now, Efren's lost its power on the break a little bit. The 3-ball will be the right now the early stopping point in the rack. Strickland's lost the cue ball here. He may scratch it. Yeah.
Oh.
Had he moved the balls, we'd have had a problem there. Yeah. Would have had the result in a loss of game. A very foolish thing to do at this juncture of the match.
Well, in that interview, you
Oh, ever missed with ball in hand.
oh. That interview you made with Earl Strickland earlier, he said he didn't care, and is he just trying to live up to that statement?
No, this man has some problems. Or if he doesn't, then the whole world does. However you want to look at it. That's his viewpoint anyway. Now we're getting some turnovers here. It's really a shame to see the attitude dictate the quality of play deteriorate at this stage of the game.
It certainly leaves a bad taste in the mouth, Mark.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Well, he may be out of his control. The one made a terrific shot. Really, to this point, well, even now, there's never been a match played at this high of a pace or level, or this many games. Have anything happen to that between now and the conclusion is just a terrible shame. There really won't be a loser here tonight. Now the only problem here is Efren doesn't want to have to play a combination. He's confronted with a situation where he nearly has to go for the combination. He will try to get the cue ball near the rail on the opposite side of the side pocket from where the cue ball rests now. Well, he's going into the ball. He's going to break him out. And that was a pretty dicey maneuver. Now he's going to have to use a big stroke to get over on the opposite side of the table because he's so straight in. Well, he's not going to quite get there. Yeah. He's clearly feeling the heat of the moment. He's lining up to make a very thin cut shot. He's made it. He's made it.
Yes.
And Efren will be the first to reach 119.
Mhm. Yes. A 2-game lead and just 1 game to go for Efren Reyes. And a tremendous comeback in this game.
Well, he really had to use some determination to get out that rack, and I guess you see why he's the master. He broke those balls out when he wouldn't have had to do that.
Mhm.
But he knew the probabilities of him getting proper position for the combination and making it versus the going the way that he did, and he knew there was some risk in both, and he chose the one that was the best option. And that's a case where, although I told you earlier, I second-guessed his opinion on a shot. For sure he did the right shot. Well, Efren has failed to find the mark here.
Mhm.
It appears that he's Earl's gone in to give up a stroke. He's absolutely gone in to give up a stroke. This is ludicrous. He's going to scratch on this shot, and justifiably so. Yeah. Even though he made those 2 balls, neither one of those was the proper way to play it, and he was just he's absolutely given up. His only way to win there was if the pool guys would have just dipped down and give it to him, because he was in no mind frame to.
Well, the crowd has certainly turned against Earl Strickland.
Well, I don't think that's really. I don't look at it that way. I think he's turned them against him.
Yeah. But as Earl Strickland said in that interview you conducted with him earlier, he doesn't care.
Oh no, he cares. I have to disagree. He wouldn't go through all this tirade, and he wouldn't wait till he got to 117. No. He cares very dearly. He cares too much.
Earl Strickland had a 17-game lead right after a 30-minute break, where most of the people here just didn't give Efren Reyes a chance to come back.
I'm absolutely out of words.
Efren Reyes wins it. He wins it. And I'm not going to say anything else, Mike. Efren Reyes has just said it all for us. We'll have the awarding ceremony in just a short while.
What an exciting match.
I think everybody here had all their money's worth tonight. And let's have one more round of applause for both great players. Very good. Yeah, lucky. Effort this city's lucky. Well, we have concluded the play, and I will attempt to be brief in closing with some recognition and thank yous. I know everybody here is a little bit tired. The first and most important people to mention, interestingly enough, happens to be each and every one of you. As spectators, you have been generous with your interest, patience, and cooperation, and I sincerely appreciate your company throughout this whole weekend. This morning, and this was a long time ago, 6 a.m., I woke up with the cable news network, CNN, playing highlights from last night's action here at Ridgeway's in Hong Kong, and I was just captivated. This is shown every half hour throughout the United States and the whole world as well. And everybody in the whole United States has their eye on this place for this match. I am overwhelmed with the results and professionalism our marketing team from API Prism has produced. And a specific thanks to Mark for making my role easier and fun. Next, our television people from Vintage Sports in the Philippines. You guys deserve a statue or memorial for tackling the logistical nightmare of a short notice at an unknown site. You guys produced outstanding footage without complaint of our limitations. It is your can-do attitude that compels me to express my love for your enthusiasm. And a special mention to host commentator Ed Pingso, smoothing out my mistakes and making me look as professional as he is. The staff here at Ridgeway's deserves some notice, including the cooks. It's always first class here, and thank you for your tireless effort. The referees, let's have some applause for sure. The referees and scorekeepers have the most stressful and thankless tasks. Both head referee Neil and head statistician Ollie have worked countless hours behind the scenes. Thank you, guys. Next, I would like to thank the terrific models here to add style and credibility to this event. You are not only beautiful, but intelligent, and that fact is important when you are surrounded by billiard players. As a fan of pool, this match has been too good to be true. We have all won here this evening, thanks to this man's selfless interest in promoting the greatest pool match ever. He has assured his place in pool history thanks to his commitment to making pool a sport spectacle. On behalf of the billiard world, and especially myself, I would like to thank very much Mr. Bob Moore. In just a moment, we'll let Bob have a word with you. But there's somebody else that's very important, Bob's lovely wife, Joanne. She has faithfully supported and sacrificed for his endeavors, and I thank you, Joanne. Well, this brings us back to where our attention has been over the last 3 nights, the players. Both have delivered performances befitting the glamorous setting and verbal superlatives we have given them. For our first champion and runner-up tonight, Earl Strickland, yes, you can play. Congratulations. For winner of the $100,000 prize and the title of the greatest 9-ball player on earth, Efren Reyes, you truly define champion. Congratulations, my friend. And now let's have Bob come up and have a word, maybe hand out some money.
Well, I'm renowned for short speeches, actually. I think Mark said it all, really. Who would have envisaged such a result, such an ending, such a comeback? This was done for Paul. I mean, it might sound a cliche, but both players won tonight. They both held their heads high. Before the match, I did state that I would be holding almost certainly another event. Well, I can state that I almost certainly will not, and that is because a match a century is a match a century. Let's give another round of applause for the players. They made this possible.
Well, I guess it's time to present the check. We want Bob up here, right? Bob, I know we wanted you for some pictures. Get Bob up here for some pictures.
Then on the other side, please.
Would you mind all moving along that way? I've got rather nasty lights in the background. Thank you very much. That's perfect. Okay. Can we have Bob and Efren next door to one another, please? Thank you. Okay. And can you tip it forward a little bit? That's good. All right. Okay. Here we go. Big smiles. This way, please. Big smile everywhere. Here we go. Oh, great. Thank you.
Thanks again to everyone for making this a special weekend for me. Get Efren to say a word.
That's super.
Maybe we can just get one word with Efren here. I'm sure that won't be much more than that.
I would like to thank the one watching us, and of course the one who putting on this event, and of course our sponsor, Jose Pompit Puyat. Thank you very much.
All right. Well done. We'll see everybody in March at the World Cup. Let's party.